Okay, perfect. Happy Motivational Monday, everybody. I'm excited. I'm real excited today to do my Motivational Monday because my daughter Jasmine has decided to join me.
Hi, y'all.
And so how do we get here? We rode with each other to the gym this evening. And of course, after every good workout, which is why I enjoy working out, is I have like 1,000 ideas. So I was popping some off on her, just ideas, and then we were just talking about. I said, "What is this? What do you think of this title? Be your own inspiration." So we started talking about it, and she has some good things to say about being an inspiration. So, hey, Jasmine, would you like to jump on and just say anything? Say hello to the people, the community, and just tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Coach in the Cities community. I guess the pedestrians of the community, the folks, folks who live in her city. Um, so I'm her daughter. Also, I guess I would consider like my job right now is I'm a maker. So I make things. I do a lot of hand um crafting things. So quilting, garment sewing. Um, I'm learning how to knit socks right now. There's a lot that I'm doing, but pretty much right now I just make and share things that I'm doing. I host a sip and sew for a shop every Wednesday via like a Mighty Networks app from Top Stitch ATL. So that's what I do as of right now, along with other stuff like roller skating and getting into other stuff I probably would be advised not to get into. So that's what I do. That would be my quick little intro.
Okay, perfect. So, um, while I was on the treadmill, even though now that I haven't finished. Oh, let me hurry up then. I haven't finished my Monday night class because normally I'd have a motivational Monday scheduled for 8 p.m. But my husband and I are currently enrolled in a kingdom marriage class, so I really need to get on my giddy up. But my topic tonight is be your own inspiration. And I think it's important and it's realistic. So many times we find like inspiration outside of ourselves. And while I get it, a lot of me being the life coach, because you got to think in life coaching, we're not coaching ourselves to live somebody else's life. We're coaching ourselves to have and to enjoy and appreciate our very own life. And move this way. So while I do see where people can have some inspiration through other people, a big part of me disagrees with it because we don't know the true Hollywood story behind the fact, or how their body got that way, or they may seem pulled together. We don't know, and I hope they are pulled together, but the reality of it is we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. um, and by not knowing that and having a goal that somebody else has, you don't know what it took to get there, and you don't know if it's real, you don't know if it's fake, and then you might be putting unrealistic expectations on yourself. So what you think about that, Jasmine?
I think I agree. I feel like maybe you can use those people as inspiration as you were speaking a second ago. And I guess we'll move over to I guess how you become your own inspiration and stuff like that later. But I think it is hard, especially like in a world of things being like in your face. I think it's hard sometimes to sit in where you are. You know what I'm saying? And then kind of, I'm not going to say make do with what you have, but to not compare
Mhm.
yourself so harshly against others. I was actually scrolling probably a few minutes ago, and a friend of mine was mentioning how, a lot of people, summertime's here, it brings a lot of body consciousness with that. But this year, a lot of people have been very positive about the weight that they've gained over, the pandemic. And I think that's great because, we're at a point now where, let's say last or 2 summers ago, it'd be, oh no, my body's not ready. My body's not ready. But now a lot of us are like, hey, okay, so what if we personally, y'all, I gained 60 pounds during the pandy, y'all, 60 of them. I should have gambled with these pounds, y'all. I could have won. I was big with them. And, no, but on a real note, like, it's good. Even if you came out thinner, if you came out a little heavier, guess what? You're still on the other side. Mm-hmm. And the body that you have carried you through the whole pandemic, whether that be inclusive of, maybe you have a husband, maybe you had to homeschool children for the first time on top of having to work from home, or maybe you didn't get to work from home. Maybe you had to go out while your kids were basically, you maybe had one in high school and one in elementary school, and you just trying to make sure that everything's together. So I thought, maybe that was a good point to bring up. And maybe, some people say, well, Beyonce has 24 hours in a day. And while that's true that she does have 24 hours, she also has a budget that allows her to offload a lot of work. She can afford the chef to meal prep. She can afford, for some people to, she can pay her village to come maybe help out with the kids while she's at the studio. And a lot of us don't have that luxury. So, don't be too harsh on yourself. And I think that's something that, you can be inspired, but also realize where you are and accept where you are, even if you're maybe not be the most, even if you aren't the most comfortable with where you are.
Right. Oh, that's sweet. I like that. And accepting where you are. So thank you for being transparent. With your pandy. But that's the truth. It's while we accept where we are, but you also know where you want to get to. Where, like, for instance, for me, everybody know, like, I love running. A couple of years ago, I was running a couple of half marathons a month, and I had some injuries, right? So my goal was to heal. And so now I'm in the phase of really strengthening my knees back up. So I'm very pre-arthritic in my knees, and they hurt. When I tell you they hurt, if I didn't need them because I wanted to be cute in shorts, they could have them. But but they hurt. So but also I wonder, honestly, if maybe I do know that the lighter I am, the less impact it is on my knees. So when we talk about just being your own inspiration, so for those people, well, what if they say, well, how do I become my own inspiration? So we're going to look at this two different ways, because Jasmine during the ride back home from the gym, I said, well, this is how you be your own inspiration. And I said, just think of a time when you were that, I'm going to say, happiest or most fulfilled, like when everything was in sync. But then Jasmine said to me,
yeah, I said, so what if you don't have nothing good to say?
Right.
Some of us have, some people have, rough childhoods. Some people they may not be in the best place in their marriage or in their relationship or with their relationship with themselves. And so it's hard sometimes to find that, and then to find that and then be inspired by that, it can be difficult. Like maybe the happiest you were was when you were drinking beer. And they have nothing to do with your long-term goal. So yeah, I literally asked Mom, I said, how do you do that? Because we can't tell them inspire yourself and then be like, maybe there's nothing inspiring. Maybe we need some, some balance. Maybe we need to, give some solutions to those who may not have. Maybe they can't get inspired by that really long beach walk that they had, and kind of connected us that way.
Right. So, so the way what inspires me, what is inspiring me on this next phase is I just know I'm capable of more. You know, I I'm body. I think I'm body positive. I think I'm kind of body positive. Yeah, I'm body positive, but so but I like to look a certain way. You know, that's just me. Um, I don't like to have a lot of weight on me. I can have a little fluff, but I just don't like to. I accept, other people. that's they that's their thing. I accept everybody, but for me, I know um, what that looks like for me. You know how I know how I want to look, and it's realistic for somebody my age. I'm not trying to compete with any hell 40s plus year old, 30 plus year old, 20 plus year old. I'm not. I just want to be the best me that I know it can be. So inspiration for me is I'm going on a vacation. So Lorraine and I have been together 5 years this year. We decided we're going to a beach. But first, let me say this. My desire to inspire myself came long before he said, "Hey, let's go to where there's a beach somewhere." Maybe he's seen me being my own inspiration. It was like, "Hey, I like the way, let's go to a beach." I'm not sure, but my desire to become healthier. Oh, and another thing. I have like 3 more months of teleworking. And you can't be sitting at home for 18 months and then your first day at work, you be like, "Oh, I gotta get back at the gym." That's crazy when I know from my house to traveling into the city, it's easy going to be 45 minutes one way. So let me capitalize these next 3 months so I won't be trying to get. So in September, I won't be trying to get to where I could be by September. What about you, Jasmine?
So for me, I think and I've had like random conversations, I guess, that leads up to this today. Um, so I think everyone draws inspiration from a lot of different places, right? So for me, and this is not going against how anyone else gets there. Some people operate off spite, right? So some people are very much haters are my motivators, and they maybe the negative things that have happened negatively to them can, for them, it fuels that fire, right? But what happens when no one's being negative anymore?
Right.
Now you out. and then people gonna think you crazy or delusional or what have you if you start making up stuff like my haters, and everyone's like, well, what haters? I didn't see who's hating. I don't even know where they are, right? Like who's the fake haters, the spirits? I don't know. So for me, I operate particularly lately, I've been operating on a lot of what I do now is drawn off of what I'm not seeing. So for me, as it relates to my sewing practice specifically, I'm so close for myself because I got frustrated with shopping, right? So things wouldn't fit. Things are very expensive when you're a little size. The experience just isn't there, right? So for me, what inspires me to, let's say, be fashionable or anything like that would be to make my own clothes. Because why? It makes me feel good. It makes it show, for me, my goal is to show other people that you too can wear the latest fashion. You can have these things and you can create it in a way that fits your body where it's at right now and for later. So you'll see a lot of if you look at my Instagram stories, I'm always upset about somebody not being size inclusive, which is true. For a lot of it's sewing oriented, because sewing is supposed to help us get a better fit. We all, whether you're big or small, there's something something that's just not fitting right. And a lot of us blame ourselves, right? We blame ourselves first for this shirt doesn't fit right because I'm too big or I'm too this. And it's like, no, they have standards and it's okay. They should be dressing you. They tell us that we have to walk out and be clothed. They should have clothes for us, and so you'll see that, or you'll see my latest thing lately. Over the past year, I've been roller skating, right? So I've been wanting to roller skate for about 3 years, and then I was like, I'm too old to like start roller skating and blah blah blah. And I finally just took the plunge. That y'all, there are people who are 65 plus roller skating, and I go out there and I have a good time. Y'all, I went to the skate park this morning. I have no business going up and down metal ramps. I burn my stomach, but I'm having a good time. And so for me, what inspires me is sometimes things do grow out of frustration, but then also it turns into an element where it's like, okay, how can I be creative? How can I do these things? So now what inspires me is in my quilting practice specifically, because that's what I plan on doing long term, is the fact that it would really bother me at first. I was like, why? Everyone's older, everyone's white. Where the young black folks at? Where are we at? I didn't see anything. So I was like, you know what? I guess if it ain't here, I'll be here. I guess I got to do it. So what inspires me is, aside from I take, of course, all the wisdom and knowledge of my elders, but you can modernize things, and I think for me that's where I'm at. Like, so even though you'll see me talking about why doesn't this go up to a 70-inch hip, even though I'm at a 55, I'm also very much like Mom, where my other practices have me doing other things. So for me, I began loving roller skating so much that I was like, hey, if I want to be able to do this one trick, this ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. If I want to do this one trick, I think I need a little more room to do this trick, or I'd like to be able to skate longer. And sometimes those are the things. Like, if you can't think of something that's inspirational, think about the future you. So the future roller skating Jasmine wants to be able to, do 180s off of coping, and to, have someone spin me around by my ankles. And baby, it's hard to spin 330 pounds by your ankles right now. And there's other stuff too, like, just other tricks that I can do on my own that for me right now is just like, I'm going to see a trainer, which is why I was at the gym with Mom. But my thing for that is, it's not about weight loss specifically, even though I'm like, hey, it'd be kind of cool to see what I look like if I was skinny. Because I've always been a chunky kid. But a lot of it's just function. And it's okay to be inspired simply by function. If it's just to, I don't know, if you haven't been able to touch your toes, right? And you're like, dang, I really want to learn how to touch my toes. There's apps that'll teach you how to stretch so that you can touch your toes. And sometimes too, like, if you can't, like, a lot of times I can't think of what was in the past, because a lot of my past was emotionally just kind of mentally not there for me. But my future part, I'm like, okay, if I do this today, the future Jasmine's gonna look back and say, yeah, girl, you were doing that, and then I'll have those memories. I'm creating those memories and those inspiring moments for my future past, if that makes any sense. And so I think that's my view on stuff. If you're not feeling too inspired by your past for various reasons, everyone has their own reasons. I think that's something you should think about. Think about what you want to do. And maybe even if you are using other people, like Mom was saying before, or Coach Nancy was saying, maybe Beyonce is your inspiration. Folks love Beyonce. maybe you can't afford to offload your kids on a nanny right now, right? But you might be able to drink some coffee. You know, you can probably, if she makes a certain coffee in the morning, you can drink the same coffee. You can try her work routine. You can try her eating routine, and maybe that'll be a way. So instead of it being like, well, I just wish I could be Beyonce. Maybe you could just put some elements, and then you can pick and pull. And then as you find those elements and see what you like and see what you want, your reality for yourself.
Oh, that's sweet, Jazz. I really like that. Wow. I mean, it's glad to know that you listen when I talk.
Yeah.
No, but Jasmine said really some good things. And for me, when I think about inspiration, I've been pretty happy, and I'm older, so I've had some happy times. I've had some ups and some downs, right? So I'm able to sit back and look at those times in my life when it was good and when it was bad, and I can honestly see and I remember what I was doing or what I was not doing. So if it was a point when I was kind of like, I don't want to go to work, well, was I staying up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning? Was I drinking a lot? Was I clubbing a lot? Was I, and this isn't just about, but was I fueling my body? Hell, was I fueling my mind? Was I meditating? Was I praying? Because when you think of the body, we just can't think about the physical body. We got to think about mentally. We gotta, that's one portion. Then you got your emotionally, and it's a total body concept. And if we don't look at all those areas, I'm saying, how many skinny people miserable? They 25 years old looking like they 48, right? Just miserable. So we have to make sure that we are really in looking at this and being an inspiration. Like, look at all of them, your spiritual, your mental / emotional, and your physical. Because how can you be 100% in one thing and like you're really lacking in the other? Because what happens, let's just say, when you get older or your body give out or whatever your claim to fame is up. One of my line sisters, well, anyway, she's an athlete, and we were talking about transition coaching. And it's because sometimes when we're not known, when we're no longer known by what we used to be known for, what do? Like, if you were known for like your body, oh my gosh, you got a man, what happens? What happens when something happens and that's not the talk of the town? That's not hitting, the front page of the magazine or the newspaper. You're lost. So at the same time, while you're doing this work in one area, I just highly recommend that you do work in the other area. And then I got 1 minute because I really got to go to my Kingdom Marriage class. So Jasmine, do you have any final words?
Yes, and sorry I rambled for so long, but
no, it's perfect. I love you.
So one thing I think is very important is also know when it's okay. It's okay to change sometimes. And I'm gonna just give a quick little testimonial. So I just, like, as of this week, I've just released my first quilt to be commissioned, or not commissioned, excuse me, to be sold. I've been waiting on this for like 2 years, and I was specifically like, I was scared. I was like, what if no one likes it? What if no one does blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, at the same time, just make the thing. Y'all, it took me 3 days, and I took a day off to make the quilt. 2 for real, 2 actual work. And I feel good. I feel good for doing it. I sent it off today to go get quilted by a lady I'm in Ohio, and so I'm hoping for good things there. But also, it's okay to change. And I also think sometimes if you're not feeling inspired, if you're not feeling inspired because maybe you're doing the same thing every day, do something different. I got y'all, I'm gonna show y'all these right here. These are sock blockers. They are for knitting socks. I've been sewing for the past 3 years, and I do it for work now, and I do it for play now, and I do it for everything. But I said, dang, you get to the point where you're like, I know everything. Not saying that you can't improve and that you can't learn new things, but I was like, I need something different. I need something different. So, y'all, I have been fighting with about 2 pairs of socks for the past 2 months because I'm trying to learn how to knit socks. And I love that because it's like you're now a beginner. You can have fresh eyes. You can have something new. You can have something new to try. You can have, just try new stuff. So maybe if you're not feeling inspired right now, find something that's completely out of your element. I think the first time I did that, my mom, we were taking pole classes. My mom had taken a pole class, a dance 411. I said, that seems fun. Then I was looking for some change. Y'all, I said, what are the 2 things I don't like? I said, I don't like my body right now, and I can't walk in high heels. Enrolled in pole class, where you got to be dang near naked and wear high heels. And what came out of that was body confidence for me. I had pole sisters. I had a whole new horizon on myself after that. And I was like, and sometimes it's just good to try new things. Be a beginner. Learn. And it's okay. Like if you wanted to lose, I don't know, 100 pounds this year, which was my goal. Baby, we are in, what month we in? June? We'll cut that thing down to 50, maybe. If I lose 30 or even 10 by December, I'm cool. And guess what? If I lose 2 by December, because the food was good, or if I lose none, I'm still here. And we could try it again. Or hey, maybe we just have stamina. Maybe we just know we can get through a 30-minute cardio session. And that's cool too. Because hey, there was a point where I couldn't. I was like 10 minutes and we're done. So that's my final words. And I thank y'all thanks mom, thanks coach for allowing me on the live, and hope this helps somebody.
I know it will, so I thank you because you bring perspective, you bring honesty, you're so transparent, and I love that. Not just because you're my daughter, but I think that's one thing we need to say. Hey, this is where I am, and it's okay to not reach. It's okay to adjust your goals, as long as you're putting in the effort, like I'm doing 5 days a week. I told my family, I think about a month ago, I'm doing absolutely nothing on the weekends because I am busting my behind Monday through Friday. Listen, I'm going to bed on empty. I'm leaving everything on the floor. So all my physical energy, like when I go to the gym, I'm coming back empty. When I be doing these financial audits, right, I'm being the best damn auditor there is. My house is taken care of, my kids. I mean, whatever, even if it's an hour of time, whatever I'm doing, I'm giving it my all. But on Saturday and Sunday, the disconnect is real. I'm only doing it because I want to do it. I'm not going to do anything out of fear. I'm not doing anything out of obligation. And I'm not doing anything out of guilt. I answer the phone if I want to. And that's just because I'm okay. I set the parameters for giving my all in all areas of my life, Monday through Friday, but I need to recharge so I can come back and honor my own commitment to myself on that Monday. Because in the end, it's us. We're responsible for the beginning and how we finish. It's nobody else. It ain't because your girlfriend didn't call you and hold you accountable. It's not because your husband didn't wake you up, or me because my husband make collard greens, macaroni, cheese, fried chicken, you name it, dang near every other week. No, it's about discipline. It's what I want. And when you want it, what day is Jennifer's day? Which every day, Jennifer? Every day, my love. You know, you're like, listen, man, listen. You're part of the village. Oh, the village kind of roam a little free. Okay. The village roams free. Meaning that they can call because I know I called them. But the village kind of runs free, but my village knows, you know, they know they know my boundaries. But y'all, you're responsible. Ultimately, you are responsible for your own happiness. You're responsible for where your life is right now. And even if you don't know how to get out, this is where I am. I'm a life coach. Contact me. You guys will be seeing out. And last thing, because I really got to go. My husband's probably going to be looking for me on his Zoom. But I'm doing for 50 days. I'm doing 50 coaching sessions for $50. So that will go. So here it is. I'm gonna update my scheduler where you guys can book for 50 days starting tomorrow. I'm doing 50 sessions for $50. And because I'm going for another certification, and this is one of the things in my program that I've decided this is how I'm going to better serve my community. So thank you all. If you guys need to know how to reach me, I'm at Coaching the City on everything. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I will be back on Monday for our Wednesday wind down, but let me go before my husband starts texting me. All right, you guys have an awesome day.
Bye, y'all.